Listen, I just heard a ruthless nonsense, and I think this is a work. I don't care how many people are making videos on it. I don't believe they let R-Truth go.
Welcome to the Lighter Side Lounge. Today we have for you some updates on WWE releases, AEW contracts expiring, and WWE PLE events getting announced, moved, changed, and otherwise. It's going to be a fun one, I think.
Good.
I'm excited.
I'm up for some fun.
Yeah, me too. So, to start us out, I've got a little bit of a soft start here, but it does have a lot of room for conversation within the wrestling world, I think. So, those who were released from NXT recently are now free agents, including Riley Osborne, Cora Jade, Danny Palmer, Ora Mensah, Eddie Thorpe, Javier Bernal, Gigi Dolan, Wolfgang, Joe Coffey, and Mark Coffey.
Holy moly.
And Cora Jade.
All of those people got released.
That's not even all of them.
Well, I heard about some other disappointing releases, but
We'll get to that in a sec.
maybe they'll be good for us because a lot of times they pop up. We're in the New York area pretty much, so a lot of times they pop up on the indies here.
Yeah.
So
Cora Jade has said that she would be open to joining AEW also, which I feel like she would be a great addition, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. She would fit right in there, I think.
Yeah, and Gigi Dolan has made some appearances for AEW in the past. I could see her there, too.
Yeah,
I think that would
too.
be fun.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
All right, excited to see
But
where
the
they go.
coffees, they're
I know, the whole Gallus gang, Wolfgang, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, all gone.
wow. All right.
Yeah. Should be interesting. So, R-Truth.
Yeah, I mean, and Carlito.
Whoa.
All right.
Pump the brakes there.
No, well, all I want to do is say, like, the people that make me smile and laugh,
I know.
they're getting rid of.
That's really the truth, isn't
Like,
it? Yeah, I know.
there's the truth for you. R-Truth. No, really. Like,
I know, it's sad. I'm like,
what are we trying to just make it all like the same thing? All right, go ahead. What do you got?
so R-Truth wrestled his childhood hero, John Cena, a couple of weeks ago and had WWE's top-selling shirt in the Ron Cena shirt. However, this past weekend, R-Truth received an unexpected phone call from a member of WWE Talent Relations stating his contract would not be renewed. According to Fightful Select's report, quote, he was told that he hadn't been in trouble and did nothing wrong, end quote. This call was met by disbelief from many talent and R-Truth. One talent called the company, quote, ruthless, end quote, and another top talent said Truth's departure is, quote, total nonsense.
Listen, I just heard a ruthless nonsense, and I think this is a work. I don't care how many people are making videos on it. I don't believe they let R-Truth go. If they let him go after running him to the end like that with John Cena, then they literally rang the dude out before they got rid of him. And that's really a crappy look. So this must be a work. Because there's some words popping up out of there. So I'm going to go with this as a work. Because if it isn't, this is really getting crappy.
I would just like to say, I said that last night, and I was met with backlash from members of my family. So if you're watching this and it turns out to be a work...
Who said that?
I told you so.
It wasn't me, was it?
Taylor.
Oh, you just called her out by name.
Anyway, so in the past,
Taylor's a smart mark, though.
Taylor's
so
probably not even watching.
it.
No, I'm kidding.
She deserves it.
Yeah, she does. In the past, outside of WWE, Truth went by the name Ron the Truth Killings in NWA and TNA. It is also suspected the wrestler owns his current theme song since it was self-produced, and he used it for a couple of years in TNA. While the exact date of Killings' contract is not clear yet, there was interest from top indie promotions for booking the superstar.
Yeah, of course there
Well,
was.
yeah, I mean...
That still doesn't make it the truth.
Whoa.
All right, what do you got?
Well, along the same lines, according to a recent Sportskeeda report, The Miz had a big reaction to R-Truth's departure. This is another thing. I found this out this morning that makes me think it might be a work. But so, The Miz left a message dedicated to Truth on his social media before unfollowing the WWE. He removed the line in his bio stating that he is a WWE superstar. And The Miz's contract is set to expire later this year, and while he has been seen as someone who will be with the company until the end of his career, with R-Truth's recent departure, this is not as clear.
Wait, The Miz did all that to
Yes.
his accounts?
Yep.
Well, you know what? Listen, if this is just corporate stuff going down, I guess we'll see. It's either a work and this is still wrestling, or this is clearly just a corporation.
Yeah.
So,
I hope it's a work.
yeah,
Because
me too, because
if not, this is just sad.
yeah, you keep helping Tony. My God.
According to Sports
It's all
Illustrated.
right with me. I'm just saying. It is. Because I want good wrestling.
Yeah.
That's all I want, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that all you want?
Yes,
really?
it is.
Doesn't really matter where it comes from.
That's the truth. That's the awesome truth.
There you go. Yeah.
According to Sports Illustrated, Carlito's contract is expiring in 2 weeks and will also not be renewed by WWE. For his most recent run, he was with the company for 2 years following the ovation he received from his appearance at Backlash in Puerto Rico in 2023. I couldn't find as much information on his departure as R-Truth's, but...
Yeah, because he's, R-Truth has gotten more.
Yeah, he's been there for forever.
Yeah, and he's got more
He's
of
been
a push recently. But Carlito has played to me, a important and funny role with the Judgment Day. I mean, dude, anybody can walk around. Going down the hallways and shit. That dude brings some comic relief to things with his expressions and his, his little one-liners and stuff like that to bring us back to the old days where you could make us laugh with that kind of stuff. But hey, like Triple H is saying, the product's changed, I guess, right? Didn't he say that recently? I heard him say that sometime in the past, that the things have changed and it's people like me that just don't get it.
Well, and I'm one of those people too. Okay, so along the lines of contracts, Mariah May's AEW 2-year contract is set to expire soon, and she will likely be going to WWE. As of May 30th, her management said her AEW contract has not yet expired, and she had not signed a WWE contract, so anything is still possible.
Yeah, I mean, she's great. I don't really know what to make of what's going on.
Yeah, and I saw it's always been her dream to go to WWE.
Sorry, guys, we're back. The Hobgoblins. The Hobgoblins have been at it.
Yesterday was a day, guys. It was a day.
They've been at it, but that's okay. We're fortunate.
Yes,
Stomping goblins left and right. I don't care if the good ones hang around. We just don't need any troublemakers.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at now, pal?
So, moving on to some PLE.
Oh, wait, Carlito.
Wait, no.
Did we finish Carlito?
Yes, we were just on Mariah May.
Okay, that's right. Mariah May. I think she's awesome. I think that story with Tony Storm played out.
Oh my gosh, the Hollywood ending, guys.
Yeah,
the Hollywood ending.
I think she's really great. I mean, we'll see what happens now. I mean, it's hard to say what's going to happen because this has played out before. So, we'll see. Ricky Saints, for example. No, like...
All ego.
Yeah. Jade. So, I mean, it's like we're in that silence moment here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what she'll pop up somewhere.
And all these people saying that Tony Khan takes old WWE people, WWE's doing the same thing to old AEW people. So stop picking on Tony.
Tony can't do anything right. Tony's a fan at heart.
And you know what? Tony is an inspiration. You know why? Because he's out there living his dream, doing whatever he wants, no matter what anybody thinks and what anybody says. And I enjoy watching Tony's product. And Tony Khan is out there every week doing what he wants, and I admire that. So thank you. Thank you, Tony Khan, for making wrestling your own.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think the show's gotten better.
I think it has too.
Yeah, I mean, it's. In other words, it wasn't bad before, but we had some spells where stuff went on, but it's gotten better. It's gotten better again, and I enjoy it. And Tony's I don't want to say just a fan because he's clearly not. We're just fans, but Tony's a fan with the ability. So, I mean, anybody that's expecting him to be any more than that, I think he's doing a really good job considering he's a fan with ability.
I've got some news on a returning WWE PLE. So WWE Evolution 2, featuring a full card of all women, will take place on Sunday, July 13th at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Many of the talent found out about this event officially taking place when it was announced to the fans, with some exceptions for top talent and one legend. According to Fightful Select's report, one talent stated, quote, "If the show underperforms against a Beyonce concert next door and hotel prices likely increased, it will be used as a catalyst to justify not doing it again," end quote.
They're also going against AEW, I think, that weekend.
Yeah, I think that's All In weekend, isn't it? The day after, All In July 12th.
It's not like they're getting a free shot at seeing who's going to watch.
No, they're not.
And it's also like a way to kind of give it backhand to Tony, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
listen, guys, I wasn't in the wrestling business, but I've got life experience, and to me, I could read that as a possible backhand to Tony, and slighting the women all at once.
Yeah. Just
by the way things seem to operate over there behind the magic curtain. Just seems like it does.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got significantly less life experience.
And they
seem to be backhanding them quite a bit.
Money in the Bank, right? Was that night
whoa, we're getting there. No, that's next Saturday.
Oh, well, what's that night? There's something that night, too, because I think they're doing 2 shows that day to go against AEW.
Probably an NXT show.
Yeah, if I forget. But
we'll put it in here.
Okay.
So, speaking of Money in the Bank, this happened a little while ago, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it, and I figured I'd throw it in there. Also, I wanted to change it up a bit, so I looked at a CBS Sports article instead of the typical wrestling outlets that I normally look at, because I figured CBS Sports give us the most unbiased and full coverage of what went on here. So, WrestleMania 42 will no longer be taking place in New Orleans, as was once promised by The Rock. Instead, the show of shows will be taking place in Las Vegas, Nevada once again, and they are bringing Money in the Bank to New Orleans next year instead, as Paul Levesque announced a couple of weeks ago. Money in the Bank 2026 will take place on August 29th, but no venue has been announced yet. A clear reason for the WrestleMania 42 switch was not stated. In the article, a quote from Levesque was cited, and it states the following. Quote, "Money in the Bank is one of our biggest events of the year, with high stakes, amazing drama, and the chance of a lifetime for 2 WWE superstars to walk away with the coveted Money in the Bank briefcase." End quote. Paul Levesque said in a video posted to social media, quote, "We can't wait, and we look forward to seeing you there. Stay tuned for more details on a WrestleMania coming to New Orleans, which will be announced at a later date." End quote. So I found that interesting because according to a recent episode of WrestleVotes Radio, Paul Levesque is not a big fan of a contract that can be cashed in anytime, anywhere for 1 year or Money in the Bank as a whole. While it is not clear why exactly Triple H is not a fan, it is worth noting that he was never cashed in on, has never held the briefcase, and has never even been in the Money in the Bank ladder match. The report also mentioned that the booking of the briefcase winners is, quote, limited, end quote. But I think if you have a whole year to figure out how the Money in the Bank winners can fit in a storyline, and you can't do it creatively, why are you there?
I used to be able to do it.
I know.
They can't do
There
it.
was a Seth Rollins cash-in that was
Right.
really good at WrestleMania. There was the Damian Priest one that I thought was really good.
It's something else that now they're having a hard time doing, is what I read in that. And he's never been a star in it. To me, it adds creativity when you have someone running around with a briefcase that can do something like that, but we're having a problem with creativity too. Just my opinion.
I think that the Money in the Bank briefcase is the perfect opportunity to add a little change up and push a superstar that hadn't gotten pushed up to that point. And especially those Money in the Bank ladder matches are insane most of the time. People really enjoy watching those, me included. And I don't know, it just seems like fun for the fans that's being taken away.
Yeah, well, they're brutal matches for sure.
Yeah.
To me, it reads lack of creativity. That's what I get out of that whole thing. And it's not important to him because he was never part of it. So he can't see the value in any of it. That's just my opinion.
And if he's not a huge fan of Money in the Bank and he's swapping out WrestleMania for Money in the Bank in New Orleans next year.
That's another backhand. That is. Because,
I know. That's
because The Rock,
not a good look.
Because The Rock and Triple H have something going on. It sure seems like. The Rock said WrestleMania was going to New Orleans. Triple H says, it's going to be the event that I don't really like. It'll be Money in the Bank instead.
And I thought The Rock was on the board of directors. So wouldn't he have more power than Triple H?
You don't know what's going on. Maybe nothing. Maybe a lot. Probably something. Right?
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Oh, that's all I've got.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
All right.
I figured I'd end it on that note because I thought it was fun.
Cool. I just think it's weird that everything seems to be like, if you don't know what to do with the briefcase, if you don't know what to do with Carlito,
With R-Truth.
when Carlito displayed how funny he is with Braun Breaker and some other stuff, you're lacking creativity. I mean, just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't know, and I worry about that because I like to watch the creativity play out. Hopefully, let's wrap up the show.
Well, if this whole R-Truth thing really is a work, it's a little cheap, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. That's yet to be determined. If it's a work,
It might be the most creative thing going as of right now.
listen, if it's a work, then I respect it, and I'm going to enjoy how it plays out more than likely, unless they rush it now because of what's been going on. Otherwise, I think that they could reverse gears and not say anything and act like it was a work, because R-Truth, he'll play along with it. Or he's going to end up in TNA on some kind of 10% contract to what he was getting. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Get out of the way. I've been up since 2 a.m, and it's...
Oh my gosh. I didn't fall asleep until 2.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, one of us is keeping watch, the other one sleeps. That's how it works around here. Right?
Yep.
Let's wrap it up, pal.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks very much, guys. Yep.
I hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think is going on with R-Truth. If you have any ideas about what's going to happen with all of the NXT people that were released and no longer under contract.
Is he going to show up at SummerSlam? Oh. Are you going to SummerSlam? How you guys getting there? What do you think of these ticket prices, guys? What do you think? What do you think of the ticket prices? Are you going? What did you pay? I'd like to know. Maybe we'll feel better about paying $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 to sit up in the clouds to watch Pee Wee wrestling in the heat or the rain if we hear that other families are going to be there with us. Because who's paying them kind of prices? Is that what it costs families now, guys? Please let me know. Sign us out, pal.
Is Triple H versus The Rock happening? Because there's been a lot of signs that point to some tension between them. And I think that would be a good match.
I don't know. Triple H has had some health problems.
Oh, that's true.
I think that he's made mention, though, of wanting a match. So.
If this is some long build-up for something, that's crazy.
They need Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and versus The Rock, and man, come on, Pops, wake up, Pops. Who's it gonna be? I'm putting Stevie Richards in there.
Wow.
Yeah, Stevie Richards and The Rock against Shawn Michaels and Triple H. What do you guys think? Good versus. Wait a minute. Wait. The Rock was talking about stealing souls.
Yeah, come on.
Stevie can convert him first. That's the story. Then it's truly going to be good versus. Good versus. Sign us out. Wrong button again. Good night, everybody. But we got to reel in the studio and start prepping for SummerSlam, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. Because we're going to be watching it at home.
Yep. But it's okay because we're going to make an event out of it.
Yeah, because, guys, like, we're a family of 5. The cheap seats were $250 a pop. You know, do the math. Now, my kids are older now, and I can reason with my kids. And I could have reasoned with them when they were young, too, but I would have felt a lot worse because, you know, they understood what they could understand back then. So I feel for you if you're a family that's listening to your kids wanting to go to SummerSlam. What I want to know is how you're getting them there. We want your story. How you guys getting your families to SummerSlam? Let us know. We live local, so we may still end up there if the tickets really drop and we decide we're going to go for it and make a vlog out of it. Mm-hmm. But we're still not expecting to see anything. Yeah. You know, because what you got to do is look at that place. I've been there, like I've said a million times already on here. I've watched football up there. The wrestling is going to be, you know, you're going to be going for the experience of being there. You're not really going to see much, so you don't want to pay too much just for an experience, at least I think. But they're really banking on people to spend that money. Yeah, they are. And I feel like waiting for us, we get the added benefit of seeing the weather reports and everything. Yeah. Also. Yeah. And right now it's just a shot in the dark. I know we're beating the SummerSlam ticket prices up a little bit, but if you think about it, front row's going for $40,000. $40,000 for one front row seat. That's what they're considering their base value at, right? That's their ringside value. So what are you really going to get for $250, which is a lot of money per person for the average family out there? Now think about it. If front row tickets are $40,000 and you bought something for $40,000, how much of that something is $250? And it's still a lot of money. That's all I got to say about it. I'm not going to keep rolling about it. We got time to beat these SummerSlam prices up some more.
Yeah, we do. We got a couple months still.
Yeah, we might as well leave it at that.
Actually. Yeah. 2 months.
Yeah, but depending on what we're doing,
2 months.
we may not even go for the cheap tickets.
I know.
It depends what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're going to stay dynamic, but we're planning on being here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sounds good, kid.
I'm glad.
You changed some stuff finally?
Yeah. It took me
I
long
had to
enough.
put the finally in there. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
We've been multitasking.
A lot's been going on, guys.
But you know what we got to do?
What?
Reel our focus in
We do.
to the lounge.
Yeah.
We really do. We got to start making this a priority,
Because
along with prepping for SummerSlam.
wrestling is the
Hang on.
most important.
We got to start over just in case.